back. This is our backup feature match. We have Mr. Sam Houck on the left playing Death Shadows Jund versus Bob Levdansky on the right playing Grixis Delver, I assume.
Could be Grixis Death Shadow. We saw him use it last week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He did the little change up on us.
We'll leave it as Delver for now and we'll just update it as we need to.
I didn't get a chance to talk to Bob real quick to see which one he was on, but
it's okay. I'm sure it'll be apparent at some point.
Yeah.
Actually, we could go a whole game and not know which one it is.
It's true. If we see Stubborn Denials, I think that's a pretty good
indicator. Stubborn Denials a pretty telling card.
Yeah, so they're going into game 3 here. They're both 1-1 in their matchup. Sam Houck returning after quite a long hiatus.
He works a lot.
He does work a lot. When I saw him coming in to sign up, we chatted for a little bit. Told him I was glad to see him back, and he was like, "Yeah, first Friday I've had off in a long time." And I was like, "Oh man."
He's been I think he just recently finished this deck. He's been buying a lot of modern staples recently, which is an upside of working a lot. You have more money.
More money to spend on Magic, and yeah, it can get.
And yet you don't have time to play it.
It can get expensive.
It can indeed. Those Tarmogoyfs, they're not cheap. Although they are significantly cheaper than they used to be.
How many printings do we need to get Tarmogoyfs under a reasonable price?
I printed as many times. I don't care. Or devalue mine. I do not care. Keep printing that thing.
Yeah.
Print that puppy. And for those of you who are local, we do have a modern event tomorrow night at 5 p.m. It is a Grand Prix trial for Grand Prix Las Vegas. $10 to play, cash prizes. Like I said, it is modern. And it is our last Grand Prix trial ever.
Yeah, Magic is doing away with them, right?
They are doing away with them at the LGS level. You will still be able to play in Grand Prix trials at Grand Prix the Friday of the event.
Oh, okay, yep, all right.
And that is unfortunately our last one, so come out and make it a special one.
Yeah, GP Vegas is in what, July?
I think it's the first week of June.
Oh, first week of June, oh.
I could be wrong. I'm not sure, actually.
You're probably wrong.
I'm probably wrong. Let's Google it.
I don't know. I've talked to Ryan Wolf about it a little bit because I think he's planning on going, or at least he was talking. He really wants to.
He
wants to go.
I don't know if he has any actual firmed up plans. It is the weekend of June 14th to the 18th. Yes, 3 Grand Prix in one event. It's a Legacy, Sealed, and Modern Grand Prix.
Oh, interesting.
It's pretty cool. I would definitely. I don't think they heard the stomp.
If I could afford to go to Vegas, I would
don't
go.
think they heard the stomp.
I don't think they heard the stomp either.
I'm just going to go ahead and put their clock back to 20.
Yeah.
That seems fair.
It is a little loud down there in the store, but they should be able to hear the stomp.
Yeah, we've got
I think I heard the stomp, but Sam just finished, I think, boarding a second ago.
Taking his time, as he does.
Yeah. So.
That guy. But more about this Grand Prix. I would love to go to that. I'd love to play in that Legacy Grand Prix. My only issue is, if I did go, I'm not sure how much Magic I'd actually want to play. I might want to go do Las Vegas things.
I'm a sucker for the roulette table. I will say that. First time I ever went to Vegas, I spent almost my entire week there playing roulette, and it was a blast. At one point, I was up a few $100.
Yeah.
At the end of my trip, I'd only lost 10, which I count as a victory.
I would say leaving your first gambling trip and being down $10 as a win.
Yeah, most of my money was lost to cab rides and other such things.
And you got Uber now. You can Uber.
We do have Uber. Man, those cab rides in Vegas are brutal, though.
Are they uber expensive?
They are.
All right, looks like Bob is going down to 6. Sam is keeping his 7. Do you know who's on the play?
I don't, but I assume we'll know in just a second here.
Yeah, I would imagine. All right, looks like Bob is happy. He's going to scry. He's going to keep it on top. I'm saying top. All right. Undefeated tonight.
All right, looks like Sam's on the play.
Yep, so Mishra's Bauble looking at the top card. Looks like he has a fetch land. Yes, he's deciding if he wants to keep that card on top or not. Well, obviously, he can shuffle it away is what I mean.
So he's got I mean, the Nile spell bombs I don't think are quite telling because they're still good against Delver,
Yeah.
but they're really good against Death Shadow.
I bet Bob's playing Death Shadow. He doesn't usually like put a deck together and then take it apart the next week.
Yeah.
All right, so Sam's going to cycle Streetway to draw the card he looked at, and then he's going to cast Traverse the Uvenwald. He almost has Delirium.
He almost, but he doesn't.
It's real close.
He's
down
got
to
1,
15.
2, 3. He's only got 3 cards in his graveyard.
Yeah, but he's real close.
Technically 4.
Does it check on cast or resolution?
I think it checks on resolution, so Traverse would go to the graveyard when he casts it.
Well, it's on the stack when he casts it, and then when it resolves, it'll be in his graveyard.
Right.
But it's the question of when does it check.
Yeah.
The spells with Delirium won't count themselves as they resolve. So he does.
Oh, okay.
He does not have
So he
Delirium.
has to get a land.
He has to get a land. Is it basic or just a
I
land?
think it's basic.
I'll just Traverse Gatherer here to get the exact card text for a basic land.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Which it look okay. So the Overgrown Tomb is from the Verdant Catacombs, and
Yep.
then he's getting a swamp.
Get a swamp.
Do you know what set that swamp is from?
It almost looks like Ice Age, but I can't quite tell from here.
I don't think it's Ice Age.
No. Is it Homelands?
No, Homelands did not have basics.
Really?
I don't think it had basics. Of course, I've been known to be wrong many times. I'll just while we gather up, let's find out if Homelands had
Alright.
basics.
And Bob is just going to go ahead and Serum Visions on turn 1. Nothing wrong with good old Serum Visions.
Homelands had no card called Swamp.
Okay. All right. Guess that settles that. Then I don't know what that swamp is from.
I'll have to find out. So I'm not sure. Now we saw this matchup last week. If Bob is on Death Shadow, we saw this last week between him and Brady, correct?
Yeah, and Jund very narrowly won.
Very narrowly, very grindy match.
Yeah.
All right, so here's Spell Bomb for Sam. He's gonna kick it back.
Yep.
Bob's gonna shock himself down to 15. I remember it was really scary because they both had out multiple Death Shadows, and Brady had the Tarmogoyfs.
The edge went to the Goyfs in that match.
Yeah, definitely. It was like Brady had 8 Death Shadows and Bob had 4.
Right.
I mean, he did have Tasker, but Tasker can't get quite as big.
Eventually, was eventually a little too small.
Also harder to
So
deploy.
they're just gonna go ahead and spell bomb.
Well, Sam probably did that to draw, and that gives him. Well, no, he already had Delirium. Now he has 5 types.
Yeah.
Street Wraith down to 13. Looking for a threat here.
Looks like he drew a land. Yeah. If that's a fetch land, he can go ahead and try to get Death's Shadow down, but it doesn't look like he has one.
He does have a Liliana.
He does have a Liliana.
And I'm sure she doesn't mind coming down on an empty board and just ticking up.
Definitely not.
Oh, he has both Lilianas in his hand.
Yeah, he does.
So which one do you cast? That's probably what he's thinking
probably
about.
Probably Liliana of the Veil. He's got 2 Liliana of the Veils and a Liliana of the Last Open Hand.
What?
So he's got a lot of Planeswalkers.
He does. I suppose you could cast... I might cast Liliana of the Veil and then discard the other one.
Yeah.
And then also, well, Bob has no red mana open. That'll take her up to 4 counters so he can't bolt it.
Right.
So I like that play a lot.
Yeah. And then whatever creature Bob manages to play will just get sacrificed. Liliana's pretty strong in this match.
She's also pretty. Just saying.
Yes, according to the lore, she's supposed to be quite striking.
Quite striking indeed.
Alright, and Sam does fetch and shock himself down to 10.
Which means that any Death Shadows he may or may not cast will be 3/3s.
Yep. And all I can see in
maths.
Bob's hand is that Snapcaster Mage. It looks like there's a gold card in there, which could potentially be a Kolaghan's Command.
Kolaghan's Command or Terminate.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's Liliana of the Veil.
Liliana of the Veil.
with the new border. It's Modern Masters 2017 edition.
Yep.
It's going to tick her up and discard. Yep, he is discarding the other copy. That looked like a Terminate that Bob pitched.
Didn't quite see it, but probably. I know he does have Terminates in that deck. So
here's Spellbomb taking Sam off Delirium. Bob gets to draw. And it looks like he drew another Snapcaster.
not a huge help here. What is Serum Visions?
I'm wondering also if he has a third land in hand. So it looks like he just put a Snapcaster to the bottom.
Yeah, I wonder if Sam caught a glimpse of that, because kind of held it up there, but...
Although, I do think he put a land on top. Yeah, he did miss it, but I think he has a land on top of his deck. So.
Yeah, but the longer this Lily stays on the battlefield with free reign, the worse it's going to get for Bob.
And since Bob missed his land drop, he can't even do the whole end of turn, here's a Snapcaster Mage to ambush your Liliana.
Right.
Alright, Sam's discards Stomping Grounds. Did you catch what Bob discarded?
Oh. I didn't, but this is going to hurt.
So, do you attack the black mana or the red mana?
I'll probably go after the black.
Tasker a card that could get Bob out of this situation.
Tasker,
Death Shadow.
Yeah. Takes him off a Terminate. If
Fatal
he's
Push.
got Fatal Pushes or Thoughtseize, it looks like Bob does have a Death Shadow.
Yeah, I think
I can see it.
Sam's also afraid of the removal spells that are black out of Bob's deck, so you probably do attack the Watergrave. I'm greedy. I probably would have killed that Watergrave right then.
Oh, I would have. Maybe do it in response to cracking the fetch.
Maybe. No. I mean, you want to see.
Maybe he's gonna try to just go aggro with it until he feels like he needs to blow up a land.
I like wait. Since you didn't do it immediately, I like waiting. That way you see what Bob gets. Now he can
go after the Steam Vest.
Yeah, and take him off red.
Yeah.
So there's
a Snapcaster. Probably just going to get a Serum Visions, I imagine.
Yeah. He needs to find another land.
He definitely is in a pretty precarious.
He sent a Gurmag Angler to the bottom of his deck.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to cast that for a while.
So I imagine Sam's going to...
Oh, tick up. He does not care about the Snapcaster. He says whatever.
Well, I mean, he's already at 6. Like, he may be trying to ultimate her now. Oh, yeah, and he has Liliana. He has Liliana the Last Hope to kill Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah,
which is great.
But now he has to sack Liliana the Veil, or not. Okay.
It looks like Bob let him take that back. That's the downside of playing a whole bunch of Lilianas.
Yeah, I mean.
And for 2.
You can't have 2 the same one out.
Alright, I need to update Bob.
And they're a little they work a little differently than legendary creatures.
A little bit.
As we know, but that rule can get confusing. I know the legendary rule before they changed it back in the day was a matter of a lot of confusion for some folks.
It works the same way now.
It's a little different. Because now you could both have a legendary creature. You and your opponent could both have a legendary creature.
Yeah, and I mean, like, legendary creatures and planeswalkers work the same way now, currently.
Well, you could have a Niv Mizzet.
You could have the same character. You could have the same character.
Yeah. For the planeswalkers, it's if they have the same subtype.
Yeah. Here's Death Shadow. For Bob, it's a 3/3. Bob's going to get hydrated.
Yep. Got to take a second.
Looks like, unfortunately, the Liliana mix-up left Sam with nothing to do with his mana on that last turn.
Yeah.
And maybe I don't like attacking with the Fulminator there, because then you just get to lose 2 counters off your Liliana.
Right. And, yeah, if he wanted to get that other Liliana, it would have been a lot better for him to just downtick Liliana of the Veil, get rid of the Snapcaster.
Right. And then attack with a Fulminator Mage.
Yeah.
So, Sam attacks with the Fulminator Mage. Bob blocks before damage. Sam's going to sacrifice Fulminator Mage. I don't think it particularly matters what he targets now that Bob has that 4th land.
Yeah. I mean, I guess goes for the steam vents. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Keep him off of Teamer Battle Rage.
Bob has...
I guess.
Okay, so Sam is going to +1 and target the Death Shadow.
Right.
So it will be a...
It's a 1-2 right now.
Well, it's going to be a 6.
Until he loses life.
He's down to 7, so it's a 6/6.
With -2/-1.
Yes. So it is a 4/5.
Yeah.
Until Sam's next turn, correct?
I believe that's how that Liliana works.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's interesting sequencing.
Yeah, and I think... Can that Liliana kill a creature?
That Liliana...
I don't think she can. Other than the -2/-1.
Yeah, I mean,
Bob's just gonna
that's...
kill it.
Okay, so
And
here's...
plays his own. Oh, boy. Man, and this is turned around on Sam real quick.
Yeah. I think it started to unwind when...
Does he have a Tarmogoyf in hand?
Tarmogoyf would be good, although Bob has 2 Fatal Pushes in his hand currently.
So not that good.
That Death Shadow is a turn 2 clock. Or is a 2-turn clock.
And he's going to get... He down-ticked Liliana, which I think he's going to get back a Snapcaster, it looks like. He pulled it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a big draw step for Sam. He needs to...
Looks like he has a land.
I'm actually not sure what he needs. Here's Forest into Traverse.
Okay.
Looks like he's going to look for his own Death Shadow, but Bob's just going to Fatal Push it.
Right. I don't know what else he can do, though, really.
With the Snapcaster, he's got 3 Fatal Pushes, and Sam, as far as we know, only has the 2 threats. This looks like this might be Bob's game to win.
Yeah. Too bad Traverse can't get Sam his own Fatal Push.
You're right. Is it Traverses, you search for a land?
It's
or
land,
creature?
and with Delirium, it's a land or a creature.
It's pretty strong.
So he's also got a Goyf. All right.
Okay. And I think Bob just untaps, goes push, check up my Liliana, attack.
He could, but it still gives Sam another turn.
Right.
He could top deck a Fatal Push. I don't know how far that gets him, especially since Bob has a Snapcaster Mage in hand. And I still can't really see the rest of what he has.
I know it's a Snapcaster Mage and 2 Fatal Pushes. That may be it. I'm not really sure. Going down to 4.
Right. Well, so now the Death Shadow is a 9/9. If
I mean,
Bob
it's still...
has a way to lose 1 more life, he can push and just swing for lethal.
Yeah, if he has a burn spell, this doesn't change the clock unless Bob has a burn spell or like a Street Wraith or something.
Right.
All right, so there's push
a
number
push.
1. And he's going to snap push.
Snap push.
And he still has another one. And I think Sam's just going to
Sam's
say,
gonna
we're
scoop it
done.
up.
Yeah. All right, so Bob Levdansky has got this match 2-1 with Grixis Death Shadow over Jund Death Shadow. He's going to get a little revenge over the archetype, even though it wasn't Sam that defeated him last week.
True, yeah.
All right, guys, we are going to be right back with our round 2 feature match. Thanks for watching.